Hello and welcome to my world in the jungle in Brazil. In today's live, I want to talk about it's not about the strategy, it's about you. It's always been about you. And this topic is something that changed everything for me. In the last 4 years, I have fallen into this trap so many times, thinking that yet another strategy is going to solve all of my problems. Yet another strategy is going to bring me the results that I wanted. I was chasing results through strategy. I was studying what others were doing. I was studying what's the next best thing, what's the next best strategy, what's the next best step to take. I constantly looked for something outside of myself to implement in my business so that finally I was going to get the results that I desired, so that I finally see the clients being magnetized to me, so that I finally see why I started this to begin with, why I am putting all this effort. And guess what? It just didn't work. Good morning, good morning, good morning. So good to see you. It just didn't work. Now, if you have watched some of my previous lives, or you have followed me for a while, or read any of my posts, you probably already have an idea of what I stand for when it comes to business, when it comes to strategy, when it comes to your mindset, when it comes to who you're being, when it comes to embodying your work, embodying your business, turning your business into a home. And yet, as I just mentioned, in the last 4+ years, what I found is that no matter how many strategies you're going to try, no matter if you will find that magic pill, if you don't nail who you be, if you don't nail your inner world, if you don't nail the energetics of money, of work, of business, of who you're being, if you don't own your shit, it doesn't matter how many strategies you're going to implement. It doesn't matter if it's the best strategy out there. It's not going to work. It is not going to work. Because if it did, then everyone would have succeeded by now. You would have succeeded by now. And you wouldn't be watching this video. And basically, all of your problems would have been solved weeks ago, months ago, years ago. And yet here you are listening to this video because something inside of you is whispering, something is just not working and I don't know why. I don't know what else I can do. Well, there's nothing you can do. You can only be a different version of yourself, an upgraded version of yourself, the true version of yourself. Because when you are that, when you are in alignment with your soul's code, when you are in alignment with your highest potential, when you are in alignment with who you want and desire to be on this planet, when you do your inner work, when you clean your side of the street, when you're being that person, then the strategy that you implement is not going to matter that much. Now, it's not like it doesn't matter at all. Strategy is your foundation. Strategy is 10% of your success, but that 10% is absolutely crucial. So of course you need to think about what is your vision, what is your mission, who do you want to help, why do you want to help them, who are those dream clients, who are you being in the process, what are your gifts and talents and skills that you absolutely love sharing with the world? What are the no-brainer things that for you is so easy and yet people think like you're a genius? How are you positioning yourself? How do you market yourself? How do you show up? All of these things matter, absolutely. Strategy does matter. It is the foundation of your work. So if you're building a building and your foundation is very weak, then it's not going to work. But the thing is, still, it's just 10% of the actual building. The foundation is only 10%. You still need to build the walls, you still need to build the roof, you still need to put in the windows and doors, you still need to do all the interior to make it all beautiful. You still need to make sure that the home decor is exactly to your taste. There's a lot to still do so that you feel abundant and amazing and just so proud of who you are, so confident in your own skin. You still need to do all that work. That is 90% of your success. And so let's dive into what does it take to really embody that? What does it take to maximize your potential and therefore maximize that 90%? Squeeze the most out of it. What does it mean to be that person, to build that business? So number one, like I just mentioned, own your freaking genius. Find your zone of genius. And perhaps you don't even have to search for it or find it. Perhaps it's already there. It's just that you haven't really honored it yet. You haven't owned it yet. Perhaps what happened is that it's so easy and effortless for you to do that thing that you don't even see it as your zone of genius, because you feel like you have to work really hard. You feel like you have to suffer. You feel like you have to really be depleted and drained after you put in the work in order to feel like that's your zone of genius. That cannot be further from the truth, because your zone of genius is natural to you. That is exactly why it is called your zone of genius. Because in that zone, you are just unstoppable. It's your thing. It's your jam. It is your talent. So what are you good at? In my case, for example, I am excellent in coaching people and understanding where they're at in their journey. I am excellent at coaching them, mentoring them, so that they understand who they are, they understand what their belief system is, they change that belief system towards something that actually helps them move forward. And more than anything, I am excellent in creating this energetic field for this individual, whoever I'm working with, to feel unstoppable, to feel amazing in their own skin, to feel like, well, now I'm going to really create what I desire. Well, now I'm going to go and chase my dreams. Well, now I'm going to take that action. Well, now I'm going to take that leap of faith. My zone of genius is noticing within seconds, even within minutes, in the conversation, in the course of conversation, to see where the person is leaking their energy towards something that doesn't really matter. It's not their true priority. It's just not their jam. They're pouring their energy into something that they don't really want to do. My zone of genius is help these individuals to realign with who they truly are. So what is your zone of genius? What is easy to you? What have you been doing without even realizing over the last months, years? What is it that people are like, wow, you're just so freaking great at it. It's amazing. How do you do that? Own your zone of genius. And then, as you do that, by the way, it's so hot here. It's incredible. It's not even 10 o'clock yet, and it's super humid. I don't know what's happening. Then, when you own your zone of genius, then show up like that. Owning it and showing up like that means that you don't just know it. It's not just like, yeah, I know that. That's true. Yes, you know that, but also you show up that way. Also, you feel like I want to share that gift with the world. I want to be there for peace with that part of me in the world. I want to share my gifts with people who need that. I want to know people that this is what I can do, that this is how I can help them. So show up like that, in that energy of knowingness, in that energy of like, of course I'm going to talk about it. Of course I'm going to share it. Of course I'm going to serve people like that. Then be the embodiment of your work. And this is so freaking important. And so many people out there are talking about what they're selling, talking about their products and services, but actually they either don't embody that, or they don't believe in that, or they just sell not from the heart but from their minds. And you need to walk your talk. What you talk about, what you sell, what you serve people with, you need to embody that, because when you embody that, what happens then? It's a no-brainer for you to speak about it, to share it. It's because it's who you are. There's no need for you to convince anyone. There's no need for you to try and mold yourself into anything. It's who you are. So your work is to be the embodiment of your work. If, for example, if you're an artist, let's say you're a painter, how can you embody that? How can you embody your painters, your masterpiece within yourself? How can you show it to the world? Is it that your home would be filled with beautiful paintings? Is it that you would actually talk to other individuals as an incredible painter and you would own that zone of genius? Is it that you would create an Instagram account and you would start sharing your piece of art and you would start talking about how that is your passion? What would you do if you were actually embodying your work? Then keep showing up until it's deeply ingrained in your system, in who you are, in your essence, in your breath. It's the air you breathe. Show up, show up, show up. I keep on talking about that. I keep on talking about how crucial it is for you to keep showing up in the energy of your future self, in the energy of who you want to be, in the energy of embodying your work, of embodying your essence, of embodying your soul, of embodying your future results, of embodying your abundance, of embodying absolutely anything that you believe in, embodying your belief system. So keep on showing up. If that means you need to push that live button, for example, then keep on doing that. If that means that embodying that version of you means going for a run every morning, then keep on doing that. If that means that you need to embody being a successful, I don't know, a known singer, for example, then keep singing in the shower, on the walk, anywhere, in the subway. Keep on embodying, keep on showing up, keep on being that person until it solidifies within you. Then, this is very, very, very crucial. Stop following and copying all of those you follow and religiously stalk. Stop following anyone. And I received a comment by someone saying, I really dislike when people don't follow back. Now, here's the thing. I don't follow almost anyone. I have unfollowed every single person on Facebook because I don't need any distractions in my life. I don't follow anyone on Instagram. And this is because I consume content extremely intentionally. And so why is that? Why don't I like back or follow back? Is because I simply don't believe in that. I believe that you need to be intentional with your time and energy. I believe that you need to surround yourself with the right people. I believe that you should never feel obligated to do something simply because they expect that from you. I believe that you need to stand for yourself. You need to stand for what you believe in. And in this case, I am walking my talk by not following other people. Now, this doesn't mean that I don't consume certain content, but again, it is intentional. So when I do want to read something or watch something, then I go and intentionally find that person on Instagram or find that person on YouTube or find that person on Facebook and go and consume that piece of written content, read that article, watch that video, whatever that is. But I don't just go randomly and consume content simply because I follow that person. So why is that important? Why do I recommend to stop following the people you religiously stalk? Is because you need to clean your energy field from any influences that are keeping you stuck in other people's worlds, keeping you stuck in other people's realities. In order for you to build a business that actually works, you need to be in your own energy. You need to be in your own essence. You need to be aligned with your world. You need to be immersed, fully present in your own world, in your own inner world especially, in your emotional state, in where you're actually at, where your attention is going, what are you focused on. And when you do that, that is when you become a magnet, because you're no longer scattering all of your energy all over. You're not leaking it in any way, but you are firm with your energy where you are at, and with that you're being a magnet to other individuals who need your support in this very moment, until they will also become their own magnets and will move on from that. Here's the thing, I don't want you to religiously follow me either. I want you to take what's needed for you, to take what resonates, learn, embody, tap into your personal power, find whatever it is that you're a genius at, be so firmly seated in that space and move on. I don't want you in my world for the rest of your life. I want you to be in your world, in your reality, but in the most authentic and the most powerful way possible. Now, the next one is find your authentic voice. Find your voice. Here's the thing. I am a projector in human design, and most of my centers are completely open. And when I learned that, first of all, when I learned that I'm a projector, I was like, oh my God, it makes so much sense. Like, yeah. But especially the fact that I have undefined centers, open centers, it made so much sense because I am like a sponge. When I listen to what others say, when I consume, when I'm around people, when I have conversations, it is so easy for me to pick up on their world, on their energy, on their reality. And so with that open center situation, it's really easy for you to lose yourself in it. It's really easy for you to not even know what your voice is. Like, what is my voice? I don't know. What do I believe in? What do I stand for? Is it my belief? Is it what I want to create? Is it my vision? Is it my dream? Or is it my partner's dream? Or is it my friend's dream? Or is it my coach's and mentor's dream? Like, what do I actually want? Do I even know that? So in order to find your authentic voice, there's nothing wrong with having open centers. I can tell you that. What you do is you recycle that information and you keep what fits. You keep what resonates. You keep what feels right to you. So there's nothing wrong with being influenceable? Influenceable, I guess. There's nothing wrong with being so easy to be influenced. Here we go. Your work is to be so in tune with your emotions to know that, you know what, this one doesn't work for me. This one doesn't resonate with me. This strategy is completely out of alignment. This is what really sticks. This is what I envision. This is what I want. This is the person that I want to be coached or mentored by. This is the mastermind that I want to be a part of. This is what I want to create. This sounds and feels true. That's how you find your authentic voice. And then speak your truth fearlessly. In the last live, I was talking about one of my most shameful experiences of my life. And why do I share these kind of experiences? Why do I share about my own life? About my own, mistakes, about whatever I believe in, even if some people would disagree? Especially in the early stages of my business, I was so terrified about what my colleagues will say, what my former boss would say after I quit my job. I was so terrified of what people will think, because what if they don't like me anymore? What if they disagree with me? What will they think? I was so afraid of judgment. And then I realized that the reason why I'm so afraid of judgment is because I was judging myself. And that was a huge revelation for me, because that's when I started healing my own relationship with myself. And by the way, because of that, because I've been through healing my own relationship with myself, my relationship with other people, my relationship with my parents, my grandparents, my brother, my friends, money, health, my body, anything. I then designed Your Relationship Guide, which is on my website, redefiningsuccess.co.uk, which you can purchase. But really, my point is that anything is a reflection of your inner world. Anything is a reflection of who you truly are. And that you can always shift. You can always change. You can always heal. You can always move on from and create a new version of yourself, where your relationship with yourself is incredible. And so that is what it means to speak your truth fearlessly, where you no longer are afraid of what other people will say or think or do. It's not about that. Like in yesterday's live, I was asked, but what if it's then being held against you? What if I share my truth? What if I share my deepest secrets and then somebody comes after me? And it's like, why do you have to worry about that? Why do you even think about it? Why is that even a potential in the infinite potentials of reality? Why is that something that keeps on coming to you in your mind? Those kind of fears are just programmed to come up with inside of you. You can always choose a different reality and be like, you know what? The fact that I will share my truth actually is going to help me. Actually is going to help me by repelling wrong people in my life. It will help me by attracting the right people into my life. The fact that I will speak my truth is going to help me because it will be authentic to me, and it will help other people to connect to me on an emotional level. So you can always choose with which reality you select. Do I want to feel like I'm restricted and I can't speak my truth? Or do I feel like I'm free to do whatever I want? This is my life. This is my reality. This is my world. This is who I am. And because I own who I am, I own my genius, I own my authenticity, that is exactly why the right people are going to be magnetized to me. Then show your true personality, and that's exactly what I mean with all of this. There was a time when I was kind of minimizing myself. I was not fully expressing myself. I was not fully showing my true face, my true personality. And there's a lot of quirkiness inside of me. If you hang out with me on a daily basis, I joke a lot, and I'm quirky, and I'm silly, and at the same time, I can be very peaceful, I can be very aligned. I'm everything. I'm all in one package. And that is exactly what you will experience when you are in closer proximity with me, because that's who I am. I'm all of it. I'm everything. I'm innocence, I'm love, I'm disappointment, I'm satisfaction, I'm dissatisfaction, I'm happiness, and I'm sadness. There's everything. Everything is welcome in my world. So, what are the things that make you, you? What are the things that you might have been hiding from the world? Maybe some hobbies that you're not so excited to share with the world. Maybe it's that you have some habits that you're not proud of. Maybe you eat too much ice cream. Maybe you're not shaving your legs. What is it? What are the things that make you you? Like in my case, for example, I wasn't proud of my English accent. I was like, okay, English is not my native language, well, so that's obvious that I have some kind of accent, right? And then I was like, oh my god, but I'm also making some mistakes here and there, and it must be such a turnoff for some people. And then I was like, wait a second, what a bullshit is that? Again, the wrong people are going to judge me for that, and the right people are going to laugh. And the right people are going to find it cute. And the right people are going to be like, ah, okay, well, that's her thing. So what is your thing? What is your thing that you're hiding from the world? And that thing is going to connect you with the people who need to be in your world. Then, again, find your unique edge. What is it that you want to talk about that makes you you? What makes your business your business? What is that belief system that you're so married to, even, that you believe in so deeply, that this is exactly your edge, and you want to share it with the world as much as possible, because you know that people need to know it. What is that unique edge of yours that differentiates you from the rest, from the crowd, from the herd, that makes you a black sheep? What is that unique edge? Like in my case, again, it's kind of like owning your history, your story. My story is that I originally come from Lithuania. I was actually born in the Soviet Union, and then a couple of months later it completely collapsed and Lithuania finally got its independence back. And then I moved abroad when I was 23, I guess, and lived abroad ever since for the last 12 years or more. And I've lived in 7 countries so far, and I changed everything in my life, and I live a very unconventional life compared to some standards, let's say. And some people would never really understand, why do I live 10,000 kilometers away from my family right now, for example? Why am I in Brazil? Why would I go live in the middle of the jungle, in the middle of nowhere? The fact that I'm still single at 34 and I love it. And I know that the right person is going to come and meet me where I'm at. I know that I have to go through this process of being single or dating people who are not meant for me long term to actually learn who I am. So my unique edge is my story, just like your unique edge is your story. How are you unique? How do you stand out from the crowd? What makes you you? And then don't be afraid to ruffle some feathers. Don't be afraid to, like I said earlier, to say something that people will disagree with. Say something or do something that they will be like, okay, I'm out. I'm not gonna hire her. I'm not gonna purchase from her. I'm not gonna do this. I'm not going to hire him for this gig. I just don't want anything to do with this person. Don't be afraid of that, because that's exactly how you create a movement. That's exactly how you create publicity at the end. Why do you think in the celebrity world, for example, they say that even bad publicity is publicity and it's a good thing? Well, that's exactly why. Because bad publicity means that the wrong people, again, they fade away, which is exactly what you want. You don't want to have the wrong people in your environment, in your world. You want your dream clients. You want your raving fans. You want a movement. You want a community. You want connection. You want soul-to-soul connection. You want deep relationships with individuals that you really care about. You want those who align with your thinking, at least to some extent. We're all unique, but somehow you still connect. You want those individuals in your world. So speak your truth without being afraid of how do you say that? Ruffling some feathers. Which basically means build a brand that stands out. Build a brand that, again, makes you you. In my case, is the jungle. That's where I am right now. I love the jungle. I love nature. I love beach. I love colors. I love beauty. I love anything to do with life itself. I love animals. I live with 3 doggies. We have a goat and we have 20 chickens. I love all of that. And I share that with the world in my way. So what is your way? Is it beach? Is it mountains? Is it skateboarding? Is it painting? Is it food? Is it singing? What is it? What is the brand that stands out? What makes your brand your brand? And then, like I already mentioned, build genuine relationships with people. Build relationships that are coming from the right place. Build relationships that are aligned with your beliefs, with your values. Think about what your values are. What do you really, really value? What do you prioritize in life? Is it freedom? Is it family? Is it friends? Is it connection? Is it authenticity? Is it openness? Is it sustainability? What is it? What are your values? Deeply care about those that you serve. Be even more concerned with their results, with their outcomes, with their transformation, with their satisfaction than your own. Because I can promise you, when you care about their results, their outcomes, their satisfaction, their transformation, then you will be satisfied and you will be taken care of. and you will feel amazing about your work, and you will feel transformed by it. When you are more concerned about others in that sense, then your own happiness, your own alignment, your own pride in your work and confidence in your work skyrockets, by the way. But all of that takes care of itself. It's like a byproduct. Just like money becomes a byproduct of you caring about other people more. This doesn't mean not prioritizing yourself first, because you for sure need to come first in all shapes and forms when it comes to loving your body, loving yourself, taking care of yourself, your mental health, your alignment, what you really care about, your relationships, all of your true priorities. But when it comes to your work, when you care about other people without sacrificing yourself, without letting people cross your boundaries, boundaries have to be very, very clear. But when you care about them without sacrificing or compromising anything in your own world, then automatically your well-being is going to take care of itself. So let go of your entitlements and attachments. Let go of your past. Let go of your past experiences. Let go of whatever was holding you back in the past, whatever mistakes you made in the past, whatever your experiences meant about you at the time, whatever beliefs were formed because of your experiences, because of maybe you feel like you failed in business, maybe you feel like you didn't accomplish what you wanted to accomplish, maybe you didn't get the results you expected by now. Don't let any of that influence you. Don't let any of that hold you back. Don't let any of that feel like you're entitled to certain results. It's not about that. Keep on growing, keep on moving, keep on looking forward, keep on taking inspired and aligned action, keep on showing up in your power. Focus on inner growth more than anything, because that inner growth, inner state of being, inner emotional state is going to dictate everything in your external environment, everything in your external world, everything in your results, in your business, in your client magnetism, everything. Prioritize your inner well-being. That is going to determine absolutely everything else, all of your relationships. Again, your relationship guide on my website is covering all of that. Then build trust through storytelling. That is why, again, I keep on sharing my own story. I keep on talking about what I've been through and what happened and why it happened and what kind of lessons I learned. Stories help to connect with other people. Show your expertise through leading by example. So like I mentioned in the very beginning, it's not about I'm just going to say it out loud just because I read it somewhere, just because I learned in some course, just because my coach told me. First and foremost, be that person, be the example. Because when you show your expertise, because you live that way, because you are that person, because you are your business, because you are who you're talking about, then you don't need to convince anyone. You don't need to say it out loud. You just are it. Your results speak for themselves. It's effortless. There is no needy energy anywhere anymore, because you are that person. You're sharing from the heart. That's what happens. And then, of course, you become your niche, you become your business, because that's who you are. There's no separation between your niche and you, your business and you. It's not this external thing. It's who you are. It's your personal brand. You are just living your life, you're just maximizing your potential, you're having fun, you're enjoying the process, you're immersing yourself in the creative process, you are loving every single aspect, including sales and marketing and all of the rest. And because you're in love with life, you're in love with yourself, you're in love with work, you're in love with everything. There is no separation between life and work, life and business. It's all molded together. And because it's such a beautiful merge of it all, then of course you are it. And because you are it, it's effortless for you to show up. It's effortless for you to share. It's effortless for you to be. So, own your personal power. Be the best self-leader you can be. Like I call it self-leadership 4.0. Be the one who leads first. Be the one who goes first. Be the one who takes action first. Who doesn't need evidence. Who doesn't need approval. Who doesn't need validation. Who doesn't need even a kick in the butt. Because you are the one kicking yourself in the butt. You are the one leading first. You are the one going first. You are the pioneer. Be the one who has that personal power and taps into it over and over and over again until it becomes natural. So all of this is what it takes to be your business. It is exactly what it takes to create your success. It's what 90% of your success means. Because 10% is strategy and 90% is your mindset. It's who you be. It's who you are. It's what you embody, who you embody. It's how you walk through life. It's how you lead yourself. That is what it means to build a successful business, is to be a successful person, is to live an amazing life, is to design a magnificent life that you're proud of, that you're happy with, that you're like, oh my God, like honestly, every single freaking morning I wake up, I look through the window and I'm just like, what? I see acai palm trees through my window from my room every single morning. I see acai berries hanging right in front of the window. I go downstairs, I sit on the couch with a cup of coffee in front of the pool, and I'm like, what is this life? I need to pinch my freaking self every single day. How the hell did this happen? I never planned like any of this. I never planned to live in the freaking jungle. I never planned to be a coach. I never planned to help other people to transform themselves and lead themselves and create their dream lives. I never even imagined that this was going to be my life. I intentionally surrendered to life. I had a vision, I had dreams, but honestly, my mind was limiting myself. My mind thought that I know what I wanted, but life knew better. So what did I do? I said yes to opportunities. I said yes to whenever I was presented with something like, oh my God, yeah, I never even imagined something like this. Yeah, sure, I will do this. Yeah, sure, I will go to Brazil. And 5 days later, I had a one-way ticket sitting on the plane. Yeah, sure, like coaching, oh my God, amazing. I'm gonna quit my job because I can't imagine doing something different. I want to contribute to people's lives. I want to help them live amazing lives, right? Design your life and design your business in a way that makes you pinch yourself every morning. That makes you feel like, what? What? Is this my life? Like, what? Seriously? This is freaking awesome. What? I want more people to join this party. I want more people to experience this. And this is just the freaking beginning. We're only starting here. Holy smokes. How freaking awesome. So if this is possible right now, what is possible next? What are you going to create next? If this is what you're creating right now, if this is what you're choosing right now, if this is what you're deciding right now, What is going to happen next? If this is how you're detaching from your past, if this is how you're detaching from your attachments and entitlements, then what are you going to create next? Just think for a moment. The possibilities. It blows my mind. It blows my freaking mind when you give yourself permission to live fully, to be yourself fully, to live in alignment, to run a business that's a full body freaking yes. It's unbelievable what is possible. So again, don't ever limit yourself based on what you think you should want or you think you want, because life is going to surprise you and be like, you can do so much better than this. You can do so freaking better. There is so much more for you in store. You are going to kill it. Like, it's gonna be freaking awesome. So don't even start with these small dreams. Let's go big. Let's go bold. Let's go loud. Do it right. Do it so that one day you're going to share with your grandparents, with your grandkids, if you had any, or some random people you bump into. Do something that you will be 80 or 90 in a deathbed and be like, oh, thank God I lived like this. Thank God I took those bold decisions. Thank God I allowed myself to live like that. Thank God I didn't hold myself back. Thank God I didn't let fear speak louder than my dreams and desires. That's what made my life so magnificent, so magical, so incredible. I keep on saying magic in my life. Create magic. Create such a magical existence that you're overwhelmed with how incredible it is. You're overwhelmed with love, with peace, with awe. Live that life. So again, to wrap everything, your strategy is just 10% of your success. Your strategy is very important. It's fundamental because it builds a solid foundation for your work, for your business, for where you're heading, for what you're aiming at, or what direction you're going in. And the rest, the 90%, is who you're being, is how you walk through life, is how you make decisions, is who you're being, is who you embody, is your personal brand, is building a brand that is a true expression of who you really are. I hope this was helpful. Let me know what you think. Send me a message if you feel like it. Also, share this video with anyone who would benefit. I would really appreciate that. And I will hear from you soon. Feel free also to send me a message if you're interested in my support, and speak to you in the next video. Bye bye.